But, I mean, so far we've played the Mirror and Avacyn's Glory twice. So, it's not really a wonderful representation of how this deck should do. And we haven't drawn a perfect hand yet. This is not a keepable one. There's a Living Death. Nothing else, though. Think we mulligan this? Yeah. Okay. Draw a new hand. Okay, keep hand. If we draw swamp into land, then this hand actually wins. Alright, there's the swamp. And if we draw another land next turn, then we can do it. Unless, of course, he has another Path to Exile, which is pretty likely, considering how many that deck runs. But, I mean, that's one of the silly things about this deck, is even on a multi-4, it sort of doesn't seem like I'm not that much of a disadvantage. Oh, man. Well, at least that's another thing for me to discard here. But yeah, we just need to draw any land. The reason why I opted not to play the Evolving Wilds is because it makes it a lot harder on the mana. Because I want to be playing Putrid Imps turn 1 and Exhumes turn 2. So, if my lands are coming into play tapped, then that doesn't work. I guess I choose this one. Alright. Do I choose this one? Island Walk, Swamp Walk, or Unblockable? Probably Unblockable guy. Maybe not. Obviously this guy's just a 5/8 here. But it means that my opponent can't turn on the pressure. And I get to attack him for 1 here. Value. Well, then again, my opponent wasn't going to be able to attack next turn anyway, so I don't know, that might have been incorrect. Not really sure which one I should have gotten. But if it was Grave Titan, then it would have been pretty obvious which one I should have gotten. Sorry, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop complaining about how bad this deck is, even though, I don't know, it's pretty terrible. Yeah, see, like, what do you expect me to do when my opponent can just play a 1-mana spell that negated my playing a bad spell and then a second spell and then discarding one from my hand? So, like, I had to use basically 3 spells to do that, and he's just like, meh, I got a 1-mana spell that counters all that shenaniganry. At least I still have this this Hidden Horror, which I can pitch the Tidal Crack into. Or Kega. Kega sounds better. Although, anyway, all of his removal is... Yeah, it actually doesn't matter. Because all of his removal is exile anyway, so... Go ahead, bud. Oh, he's stuck on 2 lands, so... I guess that's something. Not really sure what, but it definitely is something. Might have to take out the Doom Necromancers. I really wanted another reanimation target, but it's so slow. Those are the 3-drops that you have to wait a turn and then sacrifice them and tap them for them to activate. Alright, accumulated knowledge. I'll take it. I will start accumulating said knowledge. And see, this is one of the main reasons why you don't want to run a lot of lands, is because in this kind of spot, lands are such bad draws for me, because all I need to do is draw into reanimation spells. Sometimes I'm in a situation where, yeah, I'm just going to block that. I know why he's doing that, because he just wants to get a flyer, but unfortunately Putrid Imp can never block a 2/2 flyer profitably. Oh, I mean, I guess I can once I have... No, because, yeah, if I activate the ability to give it flying, then you can't block. So... Again, these lands are pretty awful draws here. At the same time, I could draw 1 more land and then a Living Death. Then that would probably win me the game. I mean, getting back a Tidal Kraken, a Kega, and a Tide Spout Tyrant are all pretty good. And my opponent's not putting any pressure on me, which is nice. Or, I mean, he's putting some pressure, but not significant enough pressure for me to be worried. The 4/4 is kind of holding down the fort. Forked. That's funny. But yeah, let's do something here. Another accumulated knowledge is a pretty good draw here. So accumulated knowledge is one of the only blue spells in this deck that I actually really need to cast. Una's Prowler is a good one. I guess it's not that good. My opponent can easily just discard a creature to deal with it. Scion of Darkness is non-terrible because I can cycle that at least. If I draw another accumulated knowledge, then hopefully I'll draw into a land and a living death. But you guys see why I have to run living death in this deck now, I'm sure. Just because, not going to block yet. Just because this kind of situation is probably going to happen a lot, or like at least a fair amount of the time. Mentor of the Meek. And I need to put myself in a position where I can still win the game, even if my opponent manages to get a decent board presence. Alright, so we are just going to cycle this guy. And hopefully draw into living death. Nope, okay. Sure. I'm going to play some more lands out and pass the turn. But even so, I mean, I have 6 lands, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 spells. So, I mean, this is kind of an ideal draw. Like, overall, I think this is a pretty good draw for me, especially being on the mult of 4. It's just my opponent had a Path to Exile on turn 2, so it's hard to beat that with this deck. And he's not even going to play anything out, which is smart on his part, especially if he knows what's coming. So now I can actually cast Kega, which is, I guess, pretty good. I don't know. I guess I'll attack with this thing. I don't know why I haven't been attacking with this. That's probably really stupid, and you guys are probably angry at me for that. Sorry. Path this. Okay. Well, that means that I can get to my Runescarred Demon now. Okay. I don't know why I got that one instead of the island when I actually could cast this guy soon, so that was really dumb. But I have a feeling my opponent's going to swing with all of his creatures now. Oh, well, definitely now. I think I might actually just be dead here. Because I attack. Well, okay, he would have. I don't know. Alright, so. Oh, he left the Soul Warden back? That is surprising. Alright, which one would I most want him to get back? That one. Just gonna jump block here. And. Are we on the plan that. Yeah. I think we're on the plan that if he draws, or if I don't draw Living Death, am I just dead? Because, yeah, I think, okay, so I'm straight up just dead if I don't draw Living Death here. So even though I can cast Runescarred Demon next turn, that's not going to save me. Actually, I don't need to do that right now, because I do have this Una's Prowler still. So, but anyway, I did want to get that into the graveyard. But, alright, so we need to draw Living Death here. And then. Oh, no, that wasn't Living Death. Alright, well, I'm just going to play this and hope he doesn't attack me. I don't know. Yeah, but this is one turn too late, because I was going to be able to go get it in this turn. But maybe. You never know how stupid your opponent's going to be. It can always be stupider than you. Like, that attack without Soul Warden, just, like, he had game? Yeah, I think he had me dead on board last turn. Oblivion Ring. Well played, sir. Well played. So, this is just miserable to watch, I'm sure. Daisho, why do you lose? Hey, Daisho, stop losing. Well, I'm trying my best, guys. I am trying my best.